Alright, I'm recording this a day in advance, so that means this will be up by tomorrow morning before I take off to work again, and record episode Michael Waltrip of Mark's 25 Days of Christmas, aka the 15th installment. But I'm here to deliver my final season 1 thoughts on That Girl Lele, created by the GOAT, David Arnold. It ain't for the weak. God damn. But anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so the first episode I watched to keep up with the chronological times was the one I missed on Thanksgiving, the Cornhole tournament episode. Honest to God, I knew the good guys were going to win, but I thought, Jeremy was going to win it, but eventually he just gave up, for whatever reason. I think John, Ron, David, all those people behind the scenes, the big bosses off camera on the show, probably made Caleb do that in character. Probably made him do that because, because the fact that, Marky wanted, his dad, Bryce, to get revenge on, Noodles, is her name? Noodles and, I know Noodles was the name. It's Serena. Noodles and Serena. Get revenge on Noodles and Serena for the way they bullied them in college in that universe and events before the series, or whenever the fuck the time period it was in Bryce's younger life. But the smoothie, that smoothie nickname shit, and it looked like he lost. It looked like he lost when it didn't even go in the hole, and Noodles and Serena thought they had it in the bag, thought they'd thrown Bryce once again, and, oh, Jesus Christ, I should have known that I was going to slide in, they were going to trick us like that, and I gave an ultimate Mike Skinner of, yeah, god damn it, we beat that little son of a bitch. And, I know Trish wanted to dump the smoothies on them for revenge, but, Bryce said, do the right thing, but they bumped into her and got smoothies on them anyway. Got it on Trish, too, but I got more on Noodles and Serena anyway. I was flipping them off and giving them the finger, but not the real-life John Beavers or, what's the lady's name? Tara Perry, not the real John Beavers and Tara Perry. They seem like amazing people in real life, but I fucking hate their characters on the show. But man, I bet you David Arnold was having a goddamn field day with that shit. Having them, play the bad guys. And the subplot, well, Kensington Tallman as Tiffany Highlander was at it again with the bedroom makeover. And luckily Sadie and Lele worked it out in the end, and they always work good, the good guys not only always win in the end, but they always work out their problems in the end. This includes That Girl Lele too. Now for the season 1 finale. Oh shit. I've been waiting a long time to discuss this. Now you see, considering that Lele, as we all know, came out of Sadie's phone. Obviously, we all knew that. But considering, meaning that, translation, she doesn't have any real parents or real family. They can, Sadie and her family just adopted her into theirs. And obviously, they didn't know the secret at first. And so, when, Lele played a prank on Graydon, and rightfully so. The real Graydon is an amazing guy, but his character's a fucking douchebag, and, considering that he didn't want Sadie to have that role in the play, and so, Lele played the prank on him did the wrong thing for the right reason, sticking up for her best friend, pranking that son of a bitch. And so, therefore, Willingham called her to the office, but considering that if Lele would have told Willingham the truth, saying, I don't have any family, I don't have parents, and, then Willingham wouldn't have known she was hiding something. And so that's why they had Sadie, Gabby Nevaeh Green dress up as a grandmother, pretend to be Sadie's grand. And the plan worked. So it looked like everything's all fine and dandy for Lele. She managed to fool Willingham. The Willingham let her off the hook after everything that went down. And it looked like when they got home, to rest in the basement after a long-ass day, it looked like everything was all right. Simple enough, right? Wrong. And so at the very end, it looked like we were going to call it a season. They'll end the season on a high note with a happy ending. Oh, we're very fortunate we've come this far, and no one's figured out your secret of coming out of my phone. And little did they know Marky was, I don't know if John, Ron, David, and them had, Peyton Perrine the third come, stage that shit where Marky and character would come, into the room to get something. I don't fucking know. Well, Marky came in, I was into the room as soon as Sadie said that, and it kind of like gave away the secret, and we don't know what's going to happen next, so we better damn well get a season 2. Now, for the subplot of that episode, it was Bryce versus Marky versus Trish in that video game where there was a parody of Dance Dance Revolution, and speaking of Dance Dance Revolution, this may sound blasphemy, but the version of Cup of Life they use in those games by Patrick Victorio, as we all know, was written by Desmond Child, Robbie Draco Rosa, and Luis Gomez Escolar. I like that version more than Ricky Martin's, even though I do love both versions, but, But of course, Marky beat the hell out of, Bryce, first, and then he beat the hell out of Trish twice, and Trish was fucking practicing and motivating herself, and even at 4 a.m. when Bryce is like, what the hell are you doing at 4 in the fucking morning? Not like that, but still, and Trish's like, get your ass back to bed, I gotta beat your son tomorrow, and she's trying to convince her, like, it's not okay if you lose, he beat you the same way he beat me, but you didn't see me bitching and throwing a fit about it, but... And of course, Trish eventually got her revenge and beat Marky in that dancing game. So, to That Girl Lele season 1, I am grateful to all of you. There's a lot of things that would have made this possible. If not for John D. Beck and Ron Hart touching this, themselves. If not for the presence of Gabrielle Nevea Green and Kensington Tallman. And of course, David Arnold, my number one favorite actor and comedian, being the creator of this, I would not even be here on this journey to begin with. I thank you all for welcoming me to your big family that takes place here in my home state of Ohio in that universe. And of course, Will Power Packer for putting on a hell of a show. I will see you all next year for season 2, I hope. Until then, it's off to the comedy club here in Ohio on January 29th to see the GOAT, David Arnold, at 8 for the week. God damn.